When nearly all the Kingsmen are destroyed, Eggsy and Merlin discover an allied spy organization in the U.S. named the Statesmen. These two elite secret agencies band together against a common enemy. It's Kingsman, y'all. Come on. So I really enjoyed the first movie of the Kingsmen. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed everything about that movie. And so I was more than happy to see that we're kind of picking up almost right where we left off. We're getting right back into the action. And I was glad to see Eggsy and Merlin still going strong. I mean, we get to see Princess T, we get to see Eggsy's homeboys. It's also no surprise that Harry was returning, and that's one of the other things that I really liked. I appreciate the way that they were able to work him back into the fold and make it believable and not something super crazy or stupid in this already hyper-realistic world. I also really like how in these movies, the villains are actually really good. If you were a bad guy, the plans they have actually make sense. And in a weird way, you can actually see the villain's point of view on how they believe that they're somehow bettering the world. And a bad guy who thinks he's a good guy, he or she is a good guy in this case, are some of the best villains, I think, in stories, period. I mean, at her core, Julianne Moore, that rhymes, is a drug dealer who merely wants to get in on what everybody else is getting in on, whether it be the alcohol industry, tobacco, pharmaceuticals, you know, the legal stuff that kills you. And it's a pretty interesting plan, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. The other thing that I love about the Kingsmen, whether it be the first one or in the Golden Circle, is of course the action scenes and the way that they're paired with music. Now, if you watch the first Kingsman and you realize that you'll never see Freebird the same way again, add Prince and add Elton John to the list. The hyper-stylized action is so fast-paced and so fun. What more can you really ask for? I definitely had a big smile on my face while I was watching all of those fight scenes. Also, there is a moment with John Denver that really hits you in the feels, and I did get a little bit emotional. So I don't really have any big cons with Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I had a lot of fun with it. If I was to say something about it, they probably could have shaved off about, 15 minutes or something. So, I mean, in runtime, you definitely feel the length of the movie. There are a few scenes where you feel like they maybe could have dropped out just to tighten it up. And the only other thing was that the promotional material, when they put this movie out, they left it to be believed that like Channing Tatum and Jeff Bridges would have these big roles in the movie. In actuality, like Channing Tatum's only in it for, 5 minutes. Which kind of sucks because, I mean, you want to see more of his character in action, kind of getting into the nitty and gritty with Eggsy. So guys, I really enjoyed this film. And I really enjoyed this franchise. I'd probably still put the first Kingsman a little bit higher, but this one is in a very close second, as it should be, and it's actually a very serviceable sequel. And kind of what I was bringing up a little bit earlier is they bring in some really interesting points on America's drug war. How we treat drugs in this country and the stigma that's attached to them. Our government does seem to label people that, whether you're self-medicating or using drugs for recreational use, do kind of get a label as poor junkies and criminals. In some instances, that's just not the case. It's a little naive to think that only people in low-income areas or people in certain minority groups are the only ones that use drugs. The drug war really does affect multiple people in multiple areas. So I can really enjoy movies that give subtle messages like that open up your eyes to current issues while still delivering a very fun and energetic story. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think about Kingsman. Did you watch it yet? Do you want to watch it now? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys are liking the videos that I'm putting out here, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to click that little bell so you know when I put out a new video every time. I've been Clevie. Thank you for watching. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And always remember, manners maketh man. See you next time, world.